Alrighty, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the best free-to-play teams for 2025 Dokkan. Not too many big updates in terms of how the free-to-play team situation is looking, but I at least wanted to address a few things about it, as well as just include this list just to make sure it is constantly staying updated for you guys, the viewer. So, one thing right off the bat I want to address is a lot of people were leaving comments on the last version of this video saying, where is the free-to-play Metal Cooler team? Why I didn't really mention this video or that team in the best free-to-play team video was the fact that this team I don't think is worth the effort to go through in order to unlock them. Now, you might be saying it's like, how is that even possible? You know, a lot of these teams now are very streamlined. This is not one of them, right? The Metal Cooler team, if you guys don't know, is right down here. A lot of these free-to-play Metal Coolers that all look the same, by the way. That's not like a derogatory statement. They are for the same. You can see them. There's literally 5 of them. There are literally 5 of the same exact Metal Coolers. And then when we bring them up to the TUR status up here, they do change a little bit. You guys can see when we come up here. It's hard to tell which Metal Cooler is like which in terms of like which ones are the free-to-play, but you kind of want to keep them in line right here. These 6 free-to-play Metal Cooler units, right? Now, the free-to-play LR Metal Cooler right here, where my cursor is at, this guy, he's decent, right? Like, for a free character, I think he is pretty good. Nothing like that's gonna, you know, change the world or anything like that, but can potentially look good. And then this Prime Battle Frieza is also very nice. So, rather than just being like a free-to-play Metal Cooler team, I think this is more of just a free-to-play Wicked Bloodline kind of setup. But the reason I did not mention this in the video last time was the fact that the effort that you have to go through to obtain these characters and stuff like that is not worth the effort compared to the rest of the list. You guys can see they start off as SRs and stuff like that, and you have to Dokkan Awaken them into SSRs and then URs and then all that process. And compared to the other free-to-play teams that we will be talking about here in a little bit, it's not even close. So the Wicked Bloodline team, you guys know, it's just okay, and the free-to-play Metal Cooler team, not really worth going all the way out to get. So who are some of the other better free-to-play teams in the game right now? Now, this is kind of just like a dedicated section to the easy, streamlined process here. If you guys need guides for these, they will be in the guides playlist on the channel. But if we go to the free-to-play Ginu Force team, you guys know how the free-to-play Ginu Force team works at this point. What you would potentially want to do is run this setup in specific, and then what you want to do is run a friend, either LR Ginu Force, the AGL Captain Ginu. That is sort of where you want to be. So what is this team going to look like if you farm it up on the completely free-to-play version? Your leader is going to be this version of Captain Ginu right here. This is like Goku Ginu with the Ginu Force. Solid character, and you're going to be able to use them in a lot of different places. If you can obtain the currency in Battlefield, you will be able to use this version of Captain Ginu as well. This guy is pretty good as well, but nowhere near as streamlined to obtain as the Tech Captain Ginu right up here at the top. Now, the 5 free-to-play units that we are going to be running alongside, or 4, just depending on the event, are going to be this Raccoon, this, where's in Captain Ginu? This in Captain Ginu, this version of Jace, this version of Birder, and then this version of Goldo. So this is going to be a completely free-to-play team that you can use, and then what you want to do as you progress your account is you want to sub those out with the summonable options, right? That's kind of how free-to-play teams sort of want to work. So if you want to move on from that, what you could do eventually if you pull these banner units, they're going to be these characters right here. You can use the Raccoon and Goldo character. You want to make sure they are next to a Captain Ginu, or a character whose name includes Ginu. So we're going to want to make sure we have these 3 characters right here on the squad in order to get their kind of maximum buff, right? So that way they're really good defensively. And then this Jason Birder character is a nice support character that can also dodge, and you'd want to throw them on the team if you do end up pulling them, replacing one of these free-to-play options. And then there are big boy characters like the Dokkan Fest Ginyu. He is a bit old. We're probably like a year out from talking about his Easy A. And then we also have the LR Captain Ginyu, who's relatively brand new in terms of the grand scheme of things, and you would potentially be able to run him on this setup because special pose is where all of his buffs come from, and he would work out pretty well. So don't go out of your way to summon for this Ginyu, but this is a really good free-to-play team. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one here, which is going to be Team Bardock. You guys know how Team Bardock works at this point. Don't really need to say too much about this. It's going to be sort of the same process as the last one, where it's a super easy way to farm it up in the Bardock event. It's dedicated, right? The free-to-play characters that come from this event are going to be the STR Bardock, the Physical Shugesh, I always mess this one up, right? That's Shugesh, right? This one is Borgos, right? I'm pretty sure that one's Borgos. Yeah, that's Borgos, and then we have Tora, and then we have Fasha. The almighty Shugesh. How can I almost forget that one? But Those are going to be the 5 free-to-play characters that you get from this one, and then there is going to be the free-to-play Team Bardock LR that you get. I think that the difference between this Bardock and the LR Ginyu that you get from completing the team, this Bardock is actually, do I want to say he's better? He definitely hits harder, right? That's for damn sure when you're running the Team Bardock setup, just because of the way that when he easy-A'd, the way that he is set up, he's just a newer character, and he actually works out pretty well. Now, if you want some other free-to-play options that you could potentially run for this team, in quest mode, you can obtain this version of Super Saiyan Bardock, which is pretty cool. Very nice art here for a free character, by the way. And you can sub him in for potentially one of these characters. Now, when we're looking at banner unit options that you could potentially be running on this team eventually over time, the way that you could develop this team is you could run this physical Fasha. She Dokkan Awakens right here. She is a solid character. This Int Tora, not very good, but is potentially better than some of these free-to-play characters. You could toss him on the team. And then last but not least, there is a Dokkan Festival exclusive Bardock right here. If you look at this SSR right here, he is a better leader than these free-to-play characters just based off of percentages. So Team Bardock, not a team that I would invest like stone capital into in terms to improve, but a very nice free-to-play team that is a pretty streamlined situation. Now, let's go ahead and move on to more of a different one, and this one's going to be one that I haven't really talked about much. This is going to be the Universe Survival Saga setup. Now, you might be asking, it's like, Vil, why are you talking about this? Look at all these summonable characters. Now, you are right. You are correct. There's a lot of summonable characters on this, but as time has kind of been going on behind the scenes, they have been doing a lot of free-to-play characters here that are pretty good, right? I don't think that's like a crazy hot take. I'm not going to say that they are phenomenal or they are amazing, but when we look at the Universe Survival Saga, the free-to-play leaders is sort of where this gets a little bit messy because it doesn't really exist, right? That's where it gets a little bit tricky, but potentially what you could do is have one of these leaders, right? And then with that, if you don't have any of the other characters, you could just run a free-to-play setup. Now, you might be asking, who am I running on this team that's free-to-play? Because all I see are summonable TURs. Well, this hit, unbeknownst to me in my free-to-play unit tier list that I did, is very, very good. This is an amazing free-to-play TUR, this version of hit right here. I wouldn't say the Universe 6 Namekians are very good, but that is okay. We have AGL 18 and Int 17, very good Dokkan Awakenings for free-to-play characters. And again, this isn't to say that these guys are going to shred endgame content, but this is a nice team to sort of build, right? LR Master Roshi up here, very nice free-to-play character, has a revive, has the ability to stun, has the ability to seal. It's going to work out well. If you are somebody that can get down with Battlefield, which I'm assuming if you are looking up just what the best free teams are, you're probably not there just yet, but this Battlefield Anilaza, I'm sure will work fine for you in a free-to-play sense. Or in a beginning free-to-play sense, right? It could potentially work out, but I'm not expecting the world from that character. Then we have a free-to-play UI Goku down here, a 17 or a 18 and Krillin card, and then a Tien and Master Roshi unit. All just very okay free-to-play characters that will potentially work out for you in different situations. I don't think this is like the best free-to-play team in the world, but it is at least worth mentioning that it does exist. So just wanted to talk about this one really quickly. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which is kind of going to tie in together here with the Goku Family. Now, Goku's Family, this is an interesting one when it comes to free-to-play teams, just with the way that things are set up right now. If you have this character and you've played a world tournament, this version of Gohan, Grandpa Gohan is phenomenal, right? Nice free-to-play character. And then when we look at the free-to-play LRs, things do get a little bit dicey, but we have this version Z Goku. More on him later. We'll probably talk about him here in a few minutes. Very, very good unit right here. This Prime Battle Kid Gohan is also, he works out very well with this Goku, because when there's an Exploding Rage Goku, these two work very well together. We have the free-to-play Prime Battle Easy A LR Goku here. Very nice character, right? We're not going to talk about 1000 Day Goku, because that's not what, more than likely, if you're looking up the best free teams, you haven't been logging in for 1000 days, right? That's just sort of the way it is. But if you are somebody that does have him, hey, like, you could just toss him on a team. He's not going to be the best, but he is a nice novelty unit. But when we come down here, this TUR Goku right here, the April Fool's Goku, very, very nice free-to-play character. I almost used him as the thumbnail. I probably will use him as the thumbnail for this video, but very, very nice free-to-play character. He works out nicely, has a bunch of different things that make him work very, very well. You just need Earthbred fighters, which a lot of Gokus are going to fulfill, right? So Goku Family, another decent little free-to-play team here. Nothing too crazy, but the beauty of this one is you can easily intertwine, or, you know, you can slide summonable characters into this, because if you've been playing this game and you've been summoning for a bit, there is a very good chance I would almost say it's borderline 100% that you have a summonable Goku family character that you can fit into this team and just go ahead and use them. They don't need to be use him or her, of course. There's a lot of ladies on the team, specifically Pan is kind of the one that sticks out here because there's not a ton of Chi-Chi characters. But is it really just, is it just Pan? It's Pan and Chi-Chi, right? Because Videl obviously doesn't count. I don't think Dokkan counts the in-laws, right? No, I don't think so. Yeah, so it's mostly just Pan and Chi-Chi, but if you want to just talk about like good Pan characters, you potentially could just have them sitting around. The superhero version of Pan, she is very good for like support and stuff like that, and she will make a Gohan character look very nice as well. So this version of Pan right here is stellar. This version of Pan is a Dokkan Fest, so not really much to talk about with her, unfortunately. Probably not an option that you will be running on this team because you probably just haven't had an opportunity to summon for her if you are new just yet. But she is she can look very impressive as well if you have like a GT Goku around, so that would be very helpful. But let's talk about the last team today that I want to look at, and that is going to be the Saiyan Saga team. This is far and away the best free-to-play team in the game right now. Wanted to save the best for last for you guys, and it is for good reason. A, it is insanely impressive. B, it is insanely easy to farm up and do. So why is this team as easy as I'm making it sound? Are you just full of it? No, Vilify is not full of it. This is an amazing team. So who do we have? We've got Version Z Goku. This is a leader for Saiyan Saga. It's just 130%, but for free to play, that is the standard that we are working with here. So very good start with a 130% leader. This Version Z Goku is insane. Now, there are 5 characters that are going to fill out this team. The way that I want you to remember how this team is sort of filtered, right, for the most part, is just Goku's speed, like little dialogue with Nappa, right? This one's for Tien, Yamcha, Chaozu, and then he's got the people that are still left with him being Krillin, Gohan, and Piccolo. So we have a Krillin and Gohan, an insane free-to-play character. This Krillin, I would say, is not a standout of this bunch, but it's still very good. The same thing goes for this Chaozu. I'm always impressed with the amount of supers that this Yamcha and this Tien can do. So this is a very nice free-to-play setup. And if you are somebody who wants to sort of expand with this and use some of your Prime Battle characters, you can do that as well. We have Prime Battle Krillin here. We have Prime Battle Tien, who has yet to EZA. Probably will happen, I don't know, 2026, 2027. I have no idea yet. I'm not behind the scenes. I don't know. This version Z, but this Prime Battle Kid Gohan, very nice character to run alongside this Goku. Then if you want to sort of, if you're somebody that has World Tournament characters, this Piccolo works very nice when there is a Gohan around. So these two, solid little rotation right here. It's sort of like the great value version of the Dokkan Fest, right? Not in terms of what they are doing, but it's the same character, right? It's a Krillin and Gohan, or a Piccolo and Gohan that is not the Dokkan Fest exclusive, that is right below them right here. So this team, very good for free to play, and literally the way that you unlock them is you do the beginner missions and the panel missions at the beginning of the screen, so, or on the main menu. So this is a very easy team to farm up, and it is also the best free to play team in the game at the moment. So I'm not expecting many changes to how the free to play team landscape is going to be working in 2025, but we shall see. You never know with how this game likes to work. But let me know down below, did I miss any of the free to play teams or anything like that? What teams do you like to run and all of that fun stuff? If you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave a like before you go, and subscribe if you're new, so that way you don't miss out on any of the Dokkan content that I'm posting. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.